Okay.
Okay.
My years at and around Radcliffe were golden. Margaret Earhart Smith and I developed a lovely relationship. My first ride in her Jaguar was in hers. Oh, those lovely leather seats. She introduced me to Ferragamo shoes. Do you know Ferragamo?
Oh, yes, I
Oh,
do.
yes.
She had, I thought, an inflated view of my ability. She wanted to suggest me as a candidate to head up the Harvard Radcliffe program in business administration, which was started because they wouldn't let me in Harvard Business School because I was a woman. Radcliffe was high on her list of objects of philanthropy. A cornerstone on the beautiful library in the Radcliffe yard quotes her: "Life is a long salute to the arriving spirit." Indeed, her spirit did arrive in such a multifaceted way. She died all too young, but she crammed a lot in. She was one of the many highlights of my Radcliffe experience. Additionally, Edith Stedman and I struck up another delightful relationship, and Edith Stedman was the one who started this one-year program at Radcliffe. I shall never forget visiting her in Cambridge one rainy Sunday afternoon. I poured out the details of several current sad events in my life, to which she listened with great patience as we sipped at our fine sherry. As she conducted me to the door in her incomparable flat-footed gait and with her whisky voice, "Hettie, it's time you stop wearing that hair shirt." Hair shirt? Hair shirt? How could she dub the triple burdens of father, mother, and twin which were falling all around me as a hair shirt? She bestowed on me the greatest gift. She gave me the kick in the pants I needed, and the kick which strengthened me to carry on no matter what. I have lost count of the number of people to whom I have passed along this sage advice with unfailingly positive results. No hair shirts allowed ever again. Steady, as I called her, had the greatest capacity to get other people to work for her. I often accompanied her to her little country house in New Hampshire. I worked my tail off, digging an asparagus bed, painting the house, and performing any other chore which popped up in her fertile brain. Those were indeed good years, which are ingrained in my wood, making a lovely pattern.
Oh, I love that.
Now this is a sort of cute one. We children all clerked in the local department store after school and on holidays. My only brother, one of the twins, worked in Wilson's meat market. He said that was a lot more fun than selling men's shoes or ties at Rosenberg's men's store. The Rosenbergs, one of the two Jewish families, along with the Polyakovs, were outstanding citizens. The Smiths and Rosenbergs lived next door to each other in their capacious, rambling houses on Main Street across from the Burt Mansion, where the first and last meeting of the Confederacy for Secession was held. And there's a picture of it.
Oh, wow.
Huge magnolia blossoms could be smelled blocks away, as well as tea olive, osmanthus fragrans. I do believe smell is one of the most reminiscent of the senses. I shall never forget, on a rainy Sunday afternoon, being in the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston. As I entered, I experienced a vivid flashback to my childhood, to my grandfather's garden. I smelled a tea olive. I followed my nose and found it with its delicate cream-colored blossoms, filling the atmosphere with with its pungent fragrance. I think I may have lingered there a long time at the cost of giving short shrift to the sergeants, the Botticellis, the Vermeers, and so forth. Will the mystery ever be solved of who stole some of those priceless pictures? I don't know whether you remember, but there was a huge theft. Never known. Where on earth do you think those gems are stashed away? It's hard to believe that we won't find them someday. Now, I'll just read you one more. Um, I don't need a lot because you're going to. There's just one I want to. In my waving the flag for women's rights, said Scott Papercutting, I was bothered no end that women were not allowed to smoke at their desks. Men, of course, were. I approached my wonderful boss and unloaded upon him my righteous indignation. He agreed with me 100%, acted upon his conviction, presented it to the board, who, mirabile dictu, agreed. We were in the throes of moving our home office from the pits of Chester, Pennsylvania, right on the Delaware River, to our new sumptuous blue box next to the Philadelphia airport. This seemed a good timing niche. We ordered scads of ashtrays. Out of the blue, just before the move to the blue box, my boss called me to his office and explained regretfully that the board had reconsidered that decision. They felt it unbecoming for a Scott lady to be seen smoking. I pointed out to Mr. Schroeder that I had grave concern for our company or any other company led by a board which based its decisions on so irrational a foundation. He, I think, agreed with me, but was as powerless as I to do anything. I quietly selected thought leaders and approached them with a request. Do me a favor, light up at your desk. They all did. We never heard a peep. Just one more.
Read as many as you want.
Huh?
Read as many as you can.
You think it's okay?
It's
You want
wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful.
Well,
And you know, everybody's going to love this. This. I'm getting it.
oh, you think so?
Oh, yes.
Well, you're gonna like that other. Well, I can't find it, but it doesn't matter. I've read, you know. It's just one more fluke. See, I've said this, I've called this regular irregularity, one fluke at a time. What does fluke mean to you?